Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're taking a look at Gruul, but we're going to be focusing on modified stuff, particularly with oil counters, because we did a budget list, which maybe I'll remember to link here, that actually some people are interested in that really cared about oil counters too. This is kind of like picking up from there, but actually playing a really good version of this that might be surprising. Remember, if you want to pick up any Magic cards, any D&D stuff, any other nerd things, check out our friends over at CoolStuffInc.com, where they always have cool stuff in stock, and you can save 5% on your order if you just use code DRAGON at checkout. You'll save some money, and you'll be supporting us over here. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to link it here for you to find the budget list. However, watch this video first and really help me out. Watching to the end really does a lot to help our video get seen by more people, so I really appreciate it if you do that. And then go check out the budget list. Or maybe watch both at the same time. I don't know. But for now, let's talk about today's deck list. We're going to be starting with the obvious cards here and going with Exuberant Fuseling. Real easy. Every time something else dies, this is going to get a oil counter, which is going to give it a +1/+0, and it also has Trample. Going to be playing Evolving Adaptive. Also gets oil counters, gets bigger for each other creature that comes into play. Going to follow up with some removal here in Kami's Flare, because Kami's Flare cares about you having things with counters on them. Coincidentally, our creatures are going to have lots of counters. Speaking of which, we're going to also play Quarian Beastcaller, because this is another thing that gets counters. Not oil counters particularly, but does really help us just having bigger creatures. And then if it dies, maybe we move those counters over to something like the Fuseling. Gonna play Urabrask Forge. Now, this card, really cool. Get to put counters on it every turn, and then whenever you would get to your attack step, it makes an X1, where X is equal number of counters on it. Does count as having oil counters, which could be relevant for some of our other cards. Another removal card I want to try here is Volt Charge. We're just having so many cards that get oil counters. This actually could be pretty nice for us, honestly. Being able to just keep pumping everything, because these +1/+1s, while they're oil counters, do actually pump our creatures. And then anything else like a Beastcaller that gets +1/+1s just gets bigger. So we like that. Also can make for a fun combat trick. Now, Bloated Contaminator doesn't actually get oil counters, but it gets to double up our counters, so we kind of like that. So we're just going to play it, and it's a big body with Trample. Kadama of the West Tree, this is one a lot of viewers, so this is a fan-included card. A lot of people like to see this in lists anytime you're doing any type of modified stuff, getting that extra land. So hopefully this works out for us the way we want. But it is a fun card, and it does have reach that people forget about sometimes. Miglos, this is going to be one of our few ways to remove artifacts and enchantments, but also is just another sizable body. For 3 mana, you get a 4/4 and some bonuses, so love that. Even better when we can get more oil counters on it. And then Thundering Raiju doesn't actually care about oil, but again, puts +1/+1s on things. Get to deal more damage for things with counters on them, so kind of fits the theme of what we're doing. And then Shivan Devastator, because it gets to come over the top, gets a bunch of counters. Still kind of fits the theme of what we're doing. Gets all the bonuses. Love that. So other than that, we're going to be playing some removal, some protection spells, but these are the real key cards we're going to be focusing in on today. If you want to get the full deck list, check out the end of the video, because no doubt we'll want to make some card changes based on the games we play, as always. But if you do want to just download it, look for the description down below. You'll see little blue arrows, and that'll take you to our Moxfield link that will show you today's deck list and over 100 other lists we've played throughout this season. For now, y'all go enjoy those games, and honestly, have some fun, because these should be some good ones. Oh boy. I'm gonna mulligan this. Alright, let's keep this, and sadly, probably just get rid of Tyvar Sting, so I'm gonna keep at least a removal here. Oh, dang it. We get our Commando Faces Kakazan. Alright. It's at least a little bit of something. I mean, still dies to everything, so there's that. Oh, they usually go for the throw on it, though. I'm not mad about that when that happens. Alright. And play Shieldred, and we just give up. What are we doing here? Yeah, alright. I mean, obviously their hand's a bunch of removals, so we're kind of just playing the waiting game here. Was kind of hoping we get into a situation where we can cast multiple spells, but now I need to cast multiple green things and don't have access to that. That kind of sucks. Obviously, there's kill spells. It's just a matter of which ones. Is it a Liliana? Ah, Soren. Sure. That makes sense.
I bring order to this broken world.
So here we could shoot. Soren's at 5. How do you want to go about this? Alright, they don't have a cut down, so we could Volt Surge. I think we just shoot Soren. And then, oh, that works. Then I was thinking we just play this, then that pumps the adaptive. And then we attack Soren here. In the turn, could have played a Kadama here, but I didn't want to play like some type of silly sweepers or something and we just hate ourselves. Painful Quandary, huh? Alright, well, let's go ahead and do this now. Alright. I think we're just going to take 5. And then attack. We'll get some lands. Probably going to be both forest here in the turn. And let's just see what happens. That died. I guess we try to protect it. Hell with it. Why not? I'll take 6, I guess it is. Alright. We'll put that counter over here. What's left? We get any haste thing, we can just win, right? Hey, there we go. I will gladly take 5 for that. Get in there. Ooh, that's a good one. You know, oddly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering what else was left in the opponent's hand. Because it definitely, I mean, these are all kind of typical spells you expect to see from Mono Black. Wasn't so much expecting the Painful Quandary, though we do see that sometimes. But yeah, that's a fun one to start with. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess we keep this. Yeah, this seems mostly fine. Like it's one of those weird ones, but we'll see if we can make it work. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, we are definitely going to have to try and kill that. Just so I don't fall too far behind to their ramp shenanigans, whatever that might be. Alright, so they don't even have the mana right now. Oh, so what's the best we could do? Yeah, we still have to kill it. Doesn't make sense not to, really. I mean, if the opponents just kept a landlight draw, I mean, alright, well, if they get it, they get it. At some point, we just got to give in, right? Alright. Now we do have real choices to make here. We could Urabrass to get extra damage in, but I think we're going to go here. No attack, so we'll just see what the opponent does here. Rocco! Hey! Somebody actually playing that card. I haven't seen many people playing it. I feel like we've been the only ones the last month or so, maybe. Alright, so if I play this, I get to put a counter on something. I don't know if we want to allow that just yet. But we can go here. And then we can go here. And then, yeah. Alright, opponent gave up. Yeah, that was going to be a tough one because I think the best the opponent can do here is block one of the Fuselings, probably the bigger one. Then take 2, 5, or 6, so they'd be at 9. So minus, yeah, they'd be at 9, but then we get 2 lands, and then we get to put counters on everything, plus this one dying puts counters on those. So yeah, it was about to get kind of wild. And being able to cut off their mana there, I think, was the biggest issue. All right, we're going first. We're going to keep it. If we draw a land, this could be all kinds of fun. If we don't, this could be a whole lot of pain. Well, might be a lot of pain anyway, because of what they got going on. Though I think we still attack. If they want to trade, we'll trade. I'm into it. Yep, I assume that's what it was, because almost nobody else plays that. Did not find a land, though, and it is just the problem we were expecting. Not good, because now we start getting stuff exiled. Oh, wedding announcement. Okay. Still really good for them, but not on the level I thought it was going to be good. Can't really do anything with Miglos yet, so I'm not sure I want to play it and have it get lost. But we probably want to do this. And attack. Alright. Another wedding announcement. Oof, that's going to be tough. Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Oh, I have never needed land so badly in my life. I guess now we go ahead with Miglos, huh? That's tough. Alright, well, it's kind of all we can do. Just keep the pressure going. Alright, we get to put counters on everything. Oh, you know what? I should have put counters on their... Well, that's like a catch-22. I could put counters on their wedding announcement so they don't get as many creatures, but then the stuff would automatically got the +1, so... give or take, I guess. When it's at 10, we're about to lose some things in this exchange for show. Alright. How do we wish to approach things? At a minimum, we're going to play this because it pumps our beast callers and stuff. And I think we attack. Because depending on how the opponent blocks, we could remove counters from Miglos to get rid of one of the wedding announcements. And that could play a part here. And it's going to, actually. That's great. Alright, so they'll get 2 more things that'll get 2 bonuses next turn. But we'll get to deal trample damage if we use this ability, so let's do that. Destroy this one. As much as I don't want to give them extra tokens next turn, this at least allows us to get some more work in. Put counters on a trampler, probably. Sure, I'm trying to think, like, does it matter? Because it really does matter, but okay. How many do we have? 5. Alright, let's do that. And let's put a couple here, 1 here. And then we'll grow everything. Alright, another natural. That's a lot of life gain they've got access to. So, I mean, we have the ability to kill off a wedding announcement or possibly kill off a naturalist. But we kind of got to keep attacking, right? I mean, not else we can do. We have 2 things that are trampling at least, so that's a benefit. I was going to say, you got to double block some things. They're just going to be bad. You got to block with more than that, opponent. I mean, we have 2 Tramplers, so they're going to need the life gain regardless here. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead and remove one of these. And that looks good. Alright, they gain a bunch of life, though. And we will play this. Alright. I mean, we weathered a lot there. Like, Miglos did so much work. Opponent's at 11. We only have 1 Trampler. Borrowed time is super unfortunate here. Yep, gets rid of our biggest body, but that makes sense. Okay. We'll attack with this and this. Because we don't really much care otherwise. I mean, this is a tough spot for the opponent, right? Because you kind of want to keep the... I mean, you can't take 9, though, right? I mean, I guess... Because even if you get an exile thing, you try to remove 2 things. Then you're worried about the token just killing you next turn. Yeah, I don't know how they block here. Or what they do. But even then, I mean, it feels like they maybe have to have a sweeper to get out of this. Alright. So they're going to take 8. Put them to 2. Yeah, not sure they have an out here, but we'll see. Nope, we got there. Whew, that was a tough one. Okay. Sure, let's keep this. Gonna play it this way so we can get an extra counter on the adaptive, and this lets us play multiple things next turn. Guaranteed. Ooh, you know, this is a little sad, but I'm kind of hoping this might be mono blue. If we can find a land, we'd at least be able to be competitive here. But, hey, for now, let's see what's up. They're going to make us pay 2 more for that? Nope, they're going to bounce our adaptive. Fair enough. We will accept the terms of that negotiation. On the one hand, it's kind of disappointing. On the other, like, we didn't have mana anyway, so... It's not like we're, like, that mad about it. I'm going to attack first and see what they do. Probably nothing, I imagine. Which of these do we care about the least? I feel like it's probably Miglos. Though Miglos can grow and fight a 5/5. I am willing to... Because next turn we can play 2 things, right? So I have to play a 3 here for the most part. So I'm going to go here. I mean, we're hoping to draw a land. And by playing that, I at least played the green spell or something that needs green. So if I only draw a red source, I can still play stuff. Ended up not mattering, as it turns out. Alright, sure. Just let them keep countering things, I suppose. Alright, negate works. Get our attacks in. And here comes Haughty Jin with counter backup. No, it was not Haughty Jin with counter backup. Interesting. Alright, let's try to attack. Man, now I kind of want to play adaptive, so if they get a blocker, we still get in for 4. Maybe get to play this. Alright. Just trying to think of ways, lines that we could have to actually win here. It's going to be pretty slim. Because not getting a land really hurt. This is one of those ones that if we lose, it's going to be tough because it's strictly from not being able to play our spells. And there's just nothing we could do about it. Just caught in a tough, tough spot. By Raiju, they counter. We attack. They block. They go to 4. I think we do this. I mean, one of these is going to get countered. I'm just going to let the Miglos get countered and call it good. Like, I can't imagine we get that through. Yeah, exactly. That didn't make any sense. So we attack for 3. They go to 5. Alright, we kind of gotta. Yep. We also didn't draw any of our burn spells either, which is kind of tough. Alright, I mean, just doing what we can do. Obviously, still setting up for things to get countered, but, yeah. Alright, you got it. Can't attack there. If I had... Yeah, if we had access to one of the burn spells, I think it would have been at least worth attempting, but... They're obviously just sitting on counters here, waiting for something to break serve, I guess. Alright, you got it. No attacks. Alright, now they just got untapped things, probably. And just setting up to kill us next turn. Or another Jin? Oh, well, that's fine, too. Alright, well. And then probably negate for that, right? Oh, what? Well, if they can untap the Hottie Jin, they still have blockers, right? And we wouldn't even come close to killing them. So it doesn't really matter. Like, what happens here? We attack, they block, they take 3, and then we just die. Yeah, alright. Just got our 4th land too late, unfortunately. Never could play more than one spell there. Alright, cool. That works too. Alright, let's keep it. We are going to go with... I don't even know, really. I thought I knew, but let's go with this. Playing on the idea that I could play an adaptive and protect it if I felt I needed to. Don't know if the Gallic Readers are going to matter all that much here. Is this a vampire deck? Because I don't think anybody else would be playing that. Well, I mean, I guess we go with this. I'm trying to decide. Do I just want more counters on the Fuseling since it has trample? Okay, yeah. Dang it. This shouldn't even be that difficult. But I'm gonna go here. Only logic I have is that they'll be more likely to try to want to kill the adaptive, and if they kill the adaptive, then we get to put counters on the Fuseling, so I guess it's fine. But otherwise, I don't have any real great logic there. Alright, you have an underdog. Yeah, I'm not blocking. You're good. Yep, you got it. That's not a bad one to have here. I kind of dig it. Alright, let's shoot that guy. Get some extra damage in. And go to attack. Because we don't have much else working for us. So we just got to do what we can. There's the red mana. Figured it was there somewhere. Yep. Your little duder's got 2/2 now. Alright, I guess we're still attacking, huh? Why not? Not blocking anything. Ooh. Well, dang. Do we... Alright, I'm gonna go here. They might just have another Markov Baron and just planning to block up a bunch of stuff next turn. Which wouldn't be an unreal plan. Shieldred's Edict. I mean, Galagreeters, is it your time? Etching the Commando's already a 2/2. Galagreeters would be a 2/2 with upside if we wanted it to be. Yeah, I guess Galagreeters gets to go. Argument to be made over, like, the etchings if we wanted to get rid of that. I think would have made sense too. Alright, so they're going to gain some life. So they go to 9? To 11. Ah, yes. Okay. And we can only deal 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dang it. I miscalculated. I thought they were going to be at 9. That definitely hurts. Alright. I guess our only thing is we can attack for 4 and then leave some blockers back so we don't get hasted out, because this is another 3. Actually be 4 so we could block. Alright. I think I'm attacking with these at least. Alright. End the turn. How bad is it? You know what? I feel like they're going to try to, like, flash in a vampire here. But we're still blocking. Okay. Sure. All right. I think we're good. Yep. Just for safety reasons. So he has vigilance in case something happens here. I couldn't imagine what could, but... Alright. And... Oh, I should have pumped it. I thought, for some reason, I forgot the life that they gained. That's funny. Well, largely irrelevant, because we can target this anyway. Alright. It all worked out regardless. Okay, let's keep. I feel really bad. Like, I'm going to need some removal cards here. Yeah, we have none in hand. This is going to be a problem. Wait a minute. That is not the card I expected to see here. Well, under the circumstances, I think I'm going to play this. I'm going to assume the opponent's going to try to play a creature next turn. And then we just get different choices here on what we do. Nope, there was an Ozolith. So they're playing that. Oh, no. Yeah, they're going to wreck us. This might be where we try. Oh, we didn't even get a land here. I mean, we have to take the treasure, but that's tough. I'm trying to think, how can we possibly win here? I mean, we attack. I'm dedicating to not blocking here, I guess. But I mean, they're gonna. I'm assuming they're gonna play at least one creature, if not two. Yeah. We're gonna be in a world of hurt. I'm just like, what are we gonna do? That thing's gonna trample for 1,000,000 next turn. We take 9. Yeah, they just got us. We don't really have anything. We can give them the GGs. Missing a land there puts us too far back. Okay, let's keep it. I think I'm gonna go with this because I'm trying to think, like, if I don't know, There are some other situations where I could still play 2 things, I guess, depending on what we drew. It's mono red, though. Guess having this wouldn't have done too much. Having it as a 2/2 at least means we might be able to block something. Oh. Fuseling. Okay. A little bit of a surprise, but we can play this and still protect it with the Tyvar stand, so that's a thing still. In the turn. Let's see what they decide to do. Oh. Okay, so we're just getting crafty as a whole here. And a gold hound. Sure. This is going to make next turn kind of interesting because, okay, they're attacking at least. I was going to say, would make... Actually, wait. If we block... Well, now it makes it not so bad if we shoot one of their things. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if they had blocked, then it would have been a little more difficult to not lose something here. But, yeah. We can only move counters as a sorcery, too, so that's a little unfortunate. But I think we're just attacking here. Yeah. Okay, we'll go ahead and shoot that. I guess I could have done that pre-combat, and at least would have got some more damage in. So yeah, I didn't really need to be patient there. Could have forced the opponent to block with Goldhound or not. Yeah, that was just missed damage for sure. For sure. Alright. Oh, they're showing us they couldn't cast the Gallic Readers. Alright, let's keep it. Only good news here is this won't be able to get hit by a cut down, so that's kind of nice. Though I wouldn't mind finding like an evolving adaptive or something so I could play the second Commando and something else on turn 2. Would be nice. But land is also good as well. Or we could have neither. Alright. Gonna have to figure something out. The Naturalist is definitely not our friend. Oh boy, I wish I would have had another thing there, because we play this, it's definitely going to be the thing that gets exiled, right? We have to do it, though, the way our hand's set up. I just don't like it. like we got to do it. I'm just not happy we got to do it. All right. Let's see if it's 2 things or 1 thing that gets exiled. Or no things, as it turns out. And then here comes Audacity. That's usually how it goes. No, a Weaver of Harmony. Okay. That's interesting. How do we feel about next turn? Alright, I guess we kind of have to keep Miglos, right? To get any business done. Well, that might have been the better thing we could draw here, actually. Let's attack with this. And that's probably all. In the turn, I think. Part of me wants to exile Calyx. But let's see what happens. I mean, I really want to exile the Jukai Naturalist, but Calyx is way more of a threat here under the circumstances. Alright, Audacity's going to go on probably the Jukai Naturalist. That does force an issue, actually, on what we want to kill. Because now they can become a 6. Man. What do we do? They can't activate Weaver because that takes green. I mean, I guess I could block the Naturalist and then kill a Calyx. Not great, but alright. Resolve. Sure, that guy works. They did it for us. Thank you. This is the best we could have hoped for, honestly. For 0. Alright, they do get to draw a card, unfortunately. But, you know, can't do anything about that. And we didn't find any bigger bodies, so that also hurts. I mean, we can attack for 4? I mean, we're at 3, though. We can't really even do that. Yeah, we're in bad shape. We're in bad shape. All right, you got it. All right, we're dead. I mean, they could have just attacked with just the Skrell, but like, wouldn't even mattered. Like, easy mulligan with all those red lands and green cards. Keep this, get rid of one of those, and hopefully we can turn this into something. All right, Phoenix Chick, you got it. That's tough. Please don't deal 1 to all of our things, because that would make us quite sad. If there were ever a time to play it, though, this is it. Alright, they didn't have it, so that's good news. No blocks. Alright, didn't need to draw any more land deck, because we kind of have ways to get some here. But I'm going to gamble one time. Hopefully getting these lands out of the deck will help us. Alright. So I'm hoping we'll draw something we can cast. We can play Volt Charge plus something here. Or even being tricky and like Volt Charge a creature, pump up our adaptives. Like that could be cool. You know, Fuseling, you're at least something. I did ask for something. I wasn't very specific. Such is life, right? I'm going to attack for 2, though. I don't think that's unreasonable. Especially since we can shoot something and grow the Fuseling as well with a Proliferate action. Alright, Ronin, you doth have. Shoot the Phoenix. Proliferate all of our things. Block, block. Sure, we can live with that. Like, that's totally reasonable. Alright, this is what we're looking for. The bigger bodies. In the turn. Alright, you got it. Sure, so I can become a 5? Yeah, we'll block. Why not? I mean, I couldn't really figure out how they can make that 6. So I was like, I'm willing to block. If they somehow spin 3 cards to make it 6, so be it. But if they can't, then we just kill them on the attack. Because Miglos plus Evolving Adaptive is definitely going to be enough. Sure. Yeah, I think they're just accepting that's game. And then we just activate. And attack. Whew, alright. Yeah, we kind of have to keep this one, right? I mean, no clue if it falls the way we want, but feels like we kind of gotta go with this. Alright, it's that type of toxic deck. Sounds like a plan. I'm assuming my life total doesn't matter. This is all about just toxic damage at this point, so sure. I mean, they attack, we block, they protect it. I don't know. Okay, so they want to force through. Alright, hey. We can live with that. If that's what the opponent wants to do, so be it. I mean, this is just a race anyway, so let's see it. Alright. That does let you get some cheap poison in. We, however, will continue to attack. Because really the way we tend to beat these, unless they already just have all the spells in their hand to protect their Rot Priest, you can't do anything about that. So you either have to make enough blockers they can't punch through for cheap Toxic, or just keep powering through, preferably with Tramplers when you have them. Oh, that kind of changes what I wanted to do. Because being able to possibly respond with this, especially if they do like another march to target their own stuff and whatever, like maybe. I'm going to do this at the very least. We get a counter on the Beast Caller. And then I'm going to attack. I mean, opponent's at 12. You got to do something here. I guess if I really wanted to, I could have done this for 1 to technically have it be lethal. As opposed to playing the Gallagreators. That kind of makes sense. I mean, we're also going to end up at least 4 poison, I'm pretty sure, at the end of this turn. So it's not happy times. Alright. I'm going to try. Probably dumb. Oh, it worked! They didn't have it! That's crazy. I seriously thought, like, I guess maybe because the way the game played out, when they had the mana open earlier, they didn't have a green protection spell. So I guess they would have had to have drawn it on the last turn or two. So I guess that sort of makes sense. But yeah, that got us there. Wow. Okay. Cool. Okay, where are we at here? We're definitely keeping. Let's go here. And then depending on what we draw, there's kind of an interesting decision on if we want Gallagreators more. Oh, that's interesting too. Because I was thinking maybe play the Facade and then just make this into a 3/3. But now that they played that, I feel like we kind of know what deck we're up against at this point. So I think we do this. And this. And hope to draw a bigger, better creature or something next turn. That was not what I was thinking of. Now, Arena, see, this is... Why? Why would we do... I get that we could tap this, but that's not any good for us. Alright, end the turn. Alright, that's a land. We can do a little something with that. Put a counter on the Beast Caller. Put a counter on this guy. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Opponent goes to 3 in the turn. Well, that was uneventful. Okay, so having played the games now, there were a couple things we did notice. We would have liked to have had more removal or burn a couple of times. Also, Gallagreeters wasn't great, which was a little bit of a letdown, but kind of makes sense because I thought it might be a little bit weak when we put it in. And then also Urabrask Forge didn't come into play that much. Though, that being said, I think it's partially because we didn't face off against many of the control heavy decks necessarily, so that's a little bit of a downer. But even then, having more haste creatures might just be the better plan there instead of trying to lean on Urabrask Forge. So, to that end, what I probably want to do, and I had an earlier list where I was messing around with this, a different version, but as much as I don't like it, I kind of want to look at the Renegade. We do have a lot of cards to get counters, right? We have Command of Faces Kakazan puts a counter on things. Exuberant Fuseling comes in with one. Adaptive has some. Beast Caller has some. Contaminator doesn't, but can pump. Miglos does. Thundering Raiju, Devastator, right? So it's possible that the Upriser might be good enough and can face off against some things being a 3 toughness, so it's not the worst. It's just not super exciting when you have it out there by itself. One of the reasons I strayed away from it. But today, pretty much each time we would have had a Gallagreeters, this would have been just fine. So I'm willing to experiment with that. Also cutting the 2 Urabrask Forge. They just didn't pull enough of their weight. And I'm still so-so on Kodama. I think if we played against more token decks and all of our things being able to trample would have been pretty sweet. And I will admit, if we can somehow just get a counter on the Renegade, then maybe it could be big, thanks to Kodama being able to trample. Because we do have to remember that Monumental Facade can put counters on a Renegade, so that could be a thing. But I probably want to just make I don't know, we were at 61. Realistically, we just need more burn spells, I think. Miglos actually did okay in a couple of games, so I don't want to cut that. Shivan Devastator, I like having something to come over the top late in the game, so yeah, this is tough. This is real tough. I don't know. I feel weird just saying it should be another Volt Charge, but it is what it is. We did have land issues a couple of times, and that is something I'm a little bit aware of. Could play another Monumental Facade just as a way to still pump up Fuselings, pump up Adaptives. I mean, it's not like the greatest thing, but it does matter. We could get another use out of Miglos. So we have a few things that care. Even putting a counter on the Upriser could be pretty good if we have Kodama give something trample. So I don't know. Maybe something like this is where we need to be. I also realized after deck building, I could have put in the typical like Sakinzin, which didn't have one in here, and Boseiju as well. So let's do that because I missed that earlier on. All right, but otherwise, this is probably what we're going to play. It actually was pretty solid. I didn't have too many major complaints. So we're going to go with 3 Exuberant Fuseling, 4 Command of Faces Kakazan, 3 Evolving Adaptive, 4 Kami's Flare, 2 Upriser Renegade, 4 Quirion Beastcaller, 3 Volt Charge, 4 Bloated Contaminator, 2 Kodama of the West Tree, 3 Miglos, 2 Thundering Raiju, 2 Shivan Devastator, 2 Tyvar Stan, 6 Mountain, Sakinzin, Boseiju, 5 Forest, 4 Copperline Gorge, 4 Complusion Forest, 2 Monumental Facade. Now, there is a little bit of a crazy thing I'm going to say here, because I do really like the Tyvar Stan, but I think you can make an argument for cutting a Tyvar Stan, or even both of them, in place of 2 more burn spells, or even saying you want to cut the 2 Tyvar Stans and just play 2 more significant creatures. Maybe you want another Fuseling early and a Thundering Raiju, or just go up to 4 Raijus, or another Raiju and a Shivan Devastator. Because while I do like the Tyvar Stan, they are very defensive a lot of the times, the way we're having to play them in the current meta. And if we had something else of just coming in with haste or flying or whatever, maybe that changes the outcomes. Don't really know, but it's something to think about. I think this still could be possibly a little weak to mono black, I'm not totally sure. But we were okay against most other decks except the green-white enchantments decks. We're going to have a hard time beating those unless you just draw like at least 2 removal spells early. If you don't, you're just going to be in a world of hurt. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Colonian Hydra. I bring this one up because I feel like I mentioned this maybe about 8 or 9 months ago that it was likely going to be set up for a reprint at some time in the near future. At least from then. I guess now it'd be the near past, but you know what I'm saying. That it was set up for a reprint. And it was big because it was a card that was starting to really peak. It had gotten up over $20. and it was starting to be very pricey for the type of card that it is. And then it just got reprinted in a commander deck, and all of a sudden you can pick these up very cheap. So I'm putting this back on your radar, that if you've been putting this off because the card is pretty pricey, maybe you have a Hydra deck, maybe if something cares about +1/+1 counters, this now should be able to be purchased for probably under $5 in most places, and maybe even as low as $4. So this could be a really good pickup to fill out your commander decks. And if you had fun with today's deck and you're looking for a different type of Gruul deck, we had a really fun one that played with Planeswalkers and really did some surprising stuff, so you may want to check that out. So that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.